We're back at Mecum Harrisburg, where 10 cars caught our attention for one simple reason. They all crossed this same auction block at the same place last year. Today, we're comparing their highest bids from both years to see what changed. At the end, we'll look at the data to see if they reveal a bigger trend in today's collector car market. Let's get started. This is a 1966 Ford Mustang GT K-Code fastback. So you know it's going to be over $40,000. It's a K-Code card, which means that it has 271 horsepower. That is a 289 cubic inch high performance V8 with a 4-speed manual transmission. That makes it more desirable. Like I said, 271 horsepower. You know, I know somebody that they had one of these. It was a fastback in the probably 60s. Monroe is his name, my dad's friend. He said he outran a cop between Amarillo and I think it was Phillips, Texas, maybe Borgo, Texas, but said he just outran him, and that was the last that he saw of him. K-Code Mustangs are one of the most sought-after first-generation Mustangs there are. Only about 5,500 of them were built in 1966, so yeah, that's pretty low numbers. I love the shifter on it. It's got that real handle. It's a real beauty. The interior looks to be in perfect condition. The exterior looks to be I would say it's a solid 8.5 out of 10. And this car had a bid goes on price of $60,000. By the way, this is a 1996 Ford F-150 XLT, and it had a frame off restoration. Every bolt on it is completely new. And if you look at the bottom side of this, which we're going to show you pictures of it, it is truly amazing. I think it had a bid goes on price last year of somewhere around, right around $30,000. I'm just pulling this out of my head, but I mean, they put so much more money into this than it shouldn't fetch $30,000, but they put a lot more than that into this truck. There you go. Look at there's an aftermarket AC compressor for some reason. Is this a 5-liter? It probably won't pass inspection for me for smog inspections in California because it's got headers on it, but it might be there's a tag on it that might be compliant for California standards. But anyway, you got to see this thing, the underside of this truck. It's truly amazing how this thing looks. There's not a scratch on it. I mean, the body on this thing it's solid. It's as good as it gets. Yeah, wish it was a little brighter in here. I mean, we're on a GoPro that doesn't do well in light, soft lighting, but perfect everything on this truck. We've got is that Gibson exhaust, and I've had like 6 of these things, and I absolutely love them. Look at the interior. Look at that seat. Can you see that? And let's see, does it have, oh no, it doesn't have the cup holders here. It's just an armrest, but carry 3 people in here. It's got the automatic transmission. I had a truck with these same exact colors. Mine was an XLT 1996 F-350 crew cab, long bed, 7.3 liter diesel, had all of that good stuff, but this thing is absolutely perfect. And if it was another car, it would fetch 70 grand, but it's an F-150 from this year. It's not going to fetch that much more. It'll go to bid goes on. I was wrong. This truck sold for $17,000. All right, let's take it back here again. This is a 1966 Chevrolet Impala SS Convertible. It was lot F32, by the way, so it went out on Friday. It had a bid goes on price in 2025 of only $36,000. It has a 427 cubic inch V8 with a Muncie M20 4-speed manual transmission. That was about 335 horsepower, which was pretty respectable back then. By the way, although the 427 Big Block debuted in 1966, Chevrolet officially reserved it for the full-size Impala and Caprice models. That gave buyers Corvette-level displacement in a much larger, more comfortable cruiser, making the 66 Impala one of the first full-size Chevrolets to truly embrace the muscle car era. This thing is awesome. I got to really just appreciate it. I mean, there was no rust on it. It was in excellent condition. Has a convertible, and in a super sport, that's kind of hard to find. 750 CFM Holley carburetor. Let's take a look at the interior on this thing, and you're going to see that it looks really, really nice. Has some aftermarket gauges underneath. Really good looking vintage air conditioning, by the way. So you see the vents under there. That'll blow that nice cold air out for you. Power steering, power front disc brakes, and had rear drums. So it's a really nice looking car. There you go. There's that Super Sport with some 5-spoke Krager style wheels. And this time it's sold for $50,000. Here is a 1970 Plymouth Barracuda, and I'm sorry that we don't have any footage on this. We lost the video. For some reason, I think we accidentally took a picture instead of making it a video. But, you know, a lot happens whenever you're at these auctions, you know, when you're filming hundreds and hundreds of cars and walking around them all. And there's people that come and say hello because, of course, they recognize us, right? We're famous. Yeah, this has a 446 barrel V8 with the Edelbrock aluminum cylinder heads, which is really cool. 727 three-speed automatic transmission with about 390 horsepower in these when they were coming from the factory. But, you know, that's 490 foot-pounds of torque, which is really massive. You know, it would light up those tires all day long. That's a V code, by the way. Makes it pretty rare. And it had a bid goes on price last year of $90,000. And this year, it had a bid goes on price again because it didn't sell, and it was $100,000. All right, we've seen this in the Hammer Challenge. It's got that L88 hood. This is the 63 Chevrolet Corvette Split Window Coupe that's heavily modified. And, I mean, just look at the front end of it. That thing's nuts. This thing looks a lot better, actually, than in the pictures that we posted for you. The body looks pretty much completely flawless. We know that they put over $300,000 into this vehicle. I don't know what this is, a fuel tank? That'd be a weird place for it, but here you go. What does it say the engine is?
It is
it's like a 5 something,
540, right? 600 horsepower with vintage air.
We got vintage air in there. 600 horsepower in this car. Look at that. Radiator is at that tilt angle. Very nice looking. Very beautiful. The side pipes look good. They've got what looks like a carbon fiber looking, you know, look to that cover on it, which is really awesome. We're going to open up the other side of it, but this body is, I mean, just by looking at it, I see nothing wrong with it. Zero problems with it. Not an issue. Look at that. See that? Yeah, this thing's awesome. A lot of little carbon fiber parts. Yeah, so that would be where it needs to be. Yeah, let's lower it back down. And then we've got some custom fenders on it. Interior looks better in person than in those pictures we saw, guys. This thing's really cool. Yeah, this thing is worthy of whatever dollar that people are going to put into it. So let's lower that back down so you see that L88 style hood. Very, very cool. The Wellwood brakes. I mean, the thing's a beast. It's beautiful. Beautiful. This car had a bid goes on price of $90,000 this time. Here is a 1960 Chevrolet Impala Hardtop, and we're going to let them speak live. My lovely assistant, look at that. It's a 348 cubic inch V8, which is the predecessor to the 409. And look at that. That's my favorite part. It's on a generator. That's old school right there. Well, it could be. It was a generator. We know that. Yeah, they do have the lookalikes. Look at that grill. This is better in person, guys, than what we saw in the images. Remember, if you remember, this thing sold or had a bid goes on price of $115,000 last year at this exact same auction. The chrome on this is fantastic. This is beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. The detail just in the door handle. Look at this. Boom, Impala. Gorgeous car, guys. It's got a good stance. They might have lowered it a little bit. Here's your antennas, which can come in and out. Look at this length of that trunk. Gorgeous car. Look at that back end. She's a beauty, guys. Ooh-wee, look at that. Kind of a houndstooth. Just there, fresh carpet, everything beautiful. This Impala had a bid goes on price this year of $90,000. This is a 1956 Chevrolet Bel Air, and it did sell this time. In fact, it sold on Friday, but in 2025, it sold for $36,000. What will it sell for this year? Well, you're going to find out in just a minute. That engine right there you're looking at is a 350 cubic inch Chevy small block. That's a V8 for you. And the transmission is a TH350 3-speed automatic, and I love the grill on these. Interesting fact about the 56 Bel Air is usually overshadowed by the iconic 55 and 57 models, but this one's my personal favorite of the three if I was going to have one of the Tri-5s. This one probably has about 300 horsepower, judging from the engine, and you know we don't know too much about it, but Edelbrock ABS carburetor, high-rise open air intake manifold. Super clean body, though. I mean, it's really, really nice car. And, you know, I think we inspected this one pretty well. If you're ever needing an inspection before you bid, let us know. We'll inspect it for you. We can even be a proxy bidder for you if you want, because we're at all the auctions. So why wouldn't you recruit somebody to do it if you're not going to be there? If you're a phone bidder, definitely get somebody to do it for you. So reach out to us. Beautiful car, by the way. The wheels look good on it. Everything's nice, and it's sold this time for $41,000. All right. Been waiting to see this one. 1963 Ford Galaxie 500 XL. And this bad boy has the engine that is what makes it probably quite valuable. That's a 427 cubic inch Ford engine under that hood. Ooh-wee. She's a beauty. We like this. Do we not, everybody? Look at that grill. There's that 427 symbol on there. Galaxie 500 XL. And let's take a run down it. I mean, this thing looks to be, you know, factory original. It's probably too clean not to have been restored at some point. Hi. This is our good friend Eric that works at Mecum, so you know we got distracted by him, of course, but great guy. All the staff at Mecum is really good, by the way. They are super helpful. They will stop whatever they're doing and help you out. And by the way, this car, this Galaxie 500 XL hardtop, had a bid goes on price of $60,000. All right, T80 1973 Bronco. And we've seen this one in before because this one's in the Hammer Challenge, I'm pretty sure. So we're gonna see this one again. Yep, there's that super winch, LP 8500. So 8,500 pound winch would almost pull it up a tree. Of course, the battery probably wouldn't last long on that and it might overheat. Cool wheels on it, looks really good. Nice paint job. It's got the kind of pickup configuration. We're gonna show you the interior on the other side. And if you're wondering what this blue tape is, this is saying, yes, we've inspected it. It does not have a bunch of fuel in it. And so that's because they want them empty just in case they leak. And yeah, the fuel is more volatile in a less fuel tank because of the air mixture in there, but overall it's safer when you have hundreds and hundreds of cars in one place to have them empty. Look at this, he's got all of the levers for four-wheel drive. It's got a 5-speed manual transmission. According to that, I don't remember, I'm just kind of calling it out there, but this thing looks really good. We're gonna see what the price was on it. This Bronco sold for $48,000. I feel like we have actually recorded this one, but we go, you know, and record a lot of cars. There are 1,200 cars of this auction. This is an 85 Ford Thunderbird Sport Coupe. And you know what? It's been repainted. It's just too clean not to have been. It's just, look at that. It looks pretty spectacular. No, but it's got a 5-liter V8, which we can definitely appreciate a 5-liter V8. Low miles, 7,274 miles on this beauty. Now, it's been in the sun, it looks like, because there's some cracking right here, but that's easy to replace. How does all the other stuff look on it? I'm going to open up this side, because this might have been the side that was exposed to the sun a little bit more. That door handle, it goes in all the way. I don't see any serious cracking on any of the weather stripping. Let's see if there's any cracks on the dashboard. Looky there. Look at this seat. Look at that. That is nice. That is nice. And that's probably for an old style, if you remember, an old style alarm system. Remember when they were doing all the stupid noises back in the days and they were going off all over? And they did it over and over and over. And then people started ignoring them, so it didn't do any good to have them. We're gonna open it up again just to see this side, all the switches in there. So it's all automatic stuff. Automatic transmission, 5-liter V8 for 1985 would probably have had, you know, close to 200 horsepower, but it's a cool car. And it sold for only $7,500. We've seen the cars, now let's talk about the results. These are the Hammer Challenge results, and we're gonna announce the Hammer Champ in just a second. Looking at the cars on the left side, You can see what each one is. You're going to see their prices for 2025 and their prices for 2026. You're going to see all of the differences in them too. Dollar differences and percentage difference. Overall, though, what you're going to find out is the total sum for 2026 is 3.5% less than the total sum for 2025. Does that mean that the economy is going down? No, it doesn't mean that it's going down. Does that mean that the car market is decreasing? It doesn't mean that either, because the median, which is right in the middle, actually went up some. So there you have it. Now let's talk about the Hammer Champ. PCAR 0420 had a guess of $545,555, whereas the total for 2026 on these cars was $563,500. You were off by $17,945. You're the Hammer Champ. You win this cool Hammer shirt and the title of Hammer Champ. So there you have it. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting the channel, and we'll see you next time. Stay tuned for this next video right now.